We're with head football coach Ken Lockard. Coach, now that you had 48 hours to digest all that happened this past Saturday at the homecoming game, what are your thoughts?
We played really hard. And for the first time all season, we played mistake-free football up until that last 5 minutes of the game. And really, it wasn't that bad of a mistake with the
No.
turnover, the first interception, because it was fourth down. If we don't complete the pass and they don't intercept it, they get the ball in better field position anyways. So, um, the two catches that their receiver made were just they're unbelievable catches. Our corner peaked a little too soon, but the catch itself, he was full extension of his hands and caught it on his fingertips both times.
Talk about you talked about your defensive secondary. Talk about the linemen and the linebackers on how they were able to really negate their rushing game, and they have one of the best rushing games in the country.
If I'm not mistaken, before the game they were number one or two in the country, and they're averaging over 300 yards a game. And all week of practice before the game, they just put a lot of focus on practice, and they practiced hard and practiced well and practiced smart. There wasn't a lot of talking. There wasn't a lot of noise at practice all week. It was the best focus of practice in the last 2 months since camp, and they went out and played. The linebackers were shedding blocks. The defensive line was holding up their offensive line to allow the linebackers to fly through. I think Isaiah had 12 tackles in the game. He was just flying all over the place. Collins and Khalil Neal and Shannon Birch, those three as well, were just flying all over the place.
Yeah, Isaiah was nominated for PSAC Defensive Player of the Week. Unfortunately, didn't get it. A little bit to my surprise, just because the way we played defense, but didn't win the game. So I knew though it was going to be a long shot. You've been around the head coach now 2 years. Been around the program a couple of years before that. Is this the best Cheyney has ever played a football game in your tenure?
It was the first time that next to Millersville in 2010, that was a very well played game by the team. There were a couple mistakes in that game though, but overall mistakes wise, penalty wise, this was a normal. This was a game that you would enjoy watching on a Saturday, just sitting in your house.
Right.
It truly was. There was a lot of running, which the excitement in football now is throwing the ball all over the place. And if you enjoy hard-nosed football, Saturday was a game to really watch.
Key play in the game, obviously, was the completion to Dandy, who made a hell of a catch on the near sidelines. Have you got a chance to review that tape? Was he out of bounds?
I he did step on the line, and it was a good call, and he just tried to squeeze past the corner, and his split initially may have been too wide to allow him to get past the corner without stepping out of bounds. The corner did a good job just playing him back, and regardless of the whether he stepped out of bounds or not, the catch itself was one of the best catches that we've had in a while. He was full extension, gave up his body to make the play. Blaze made a great throw on the play. The offensive line gave us great protection, and it makes us feel good to know that we can do that now. I think it gave everybody a lot of confidence in what we can do as an offense and what we can do as a defense. I think they truly are going to believe in themselves now. That was the number 5 team in the country, and they took them to the wire.
Absolutely. Things don't get any easier for you guys, as you well know. Road trips to Westchester and Shippensburg in the next 2 weeks. What do those schools present for us?
Westchester's been a big game every year. They're right down the street. They've been a little up and down. They beat Cal PA, and then they come back and lose to East Stroudsburg, and they had a good game with Kutztown, and they were up 21-0 against Shippensburg on Saturday, and their defense flies around. They got a great passing game, great running game, and they're a good football team. And Shippensburg the following week, there's not a lot to say about them. They put up points. They're both no huddle. Both teams are no huddle, and they're fast paced. And it's going to be a fun 2 weeks. If the guys come through mentally like they did before Bloomsburg, it could be a fun 2 weeks. And I'm taking nothing away from Lockhaven. Lockhaven almost beat Clarion yesterday or on Saturday, and they have Gannon this weekend. And I mean, in their eyes, they have 2 winnable games at the end of the season, being Gannon and us. I'm not sure 100% who they play between Gannon and us, but I mean, they're trying to end their losing streak. I mean, they're trying to end the losing streak before they hit 50, which is this weekend, I think it is.
All right, Coach. Thanks a lot. Good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.